Dr. Phil Carter was a quiet genius. In his secret lab, he built a small spaceship that could travel at the speed of light. He did not tell anyone about his new invention. One clear night, he climbed inside, set the course for the stars, and launched himself into space alone. "I will be the first human to meet aliens," he whispered, eyes shining with hope. For months, Phil flew past glowing nebulae and lonely asteroids. He landed on many planets, searched every crater, but found no living beings, only wind-blown dust and silent rocks. Still, he kept traveling through the universe, hoping to find aliens, become the first human to make contact, and make history. One day, a speeding asteroid struck his ship. Alarms blared as metal twisted. Phil gripped the controls, but before he could react, the ship was pulled into a black hole. Phil closed his eyes, ready to die. Instead, his ship shot into a bright light and began to grow larger. His ship entered a new world, but it looked like a giant jar. As soon as it entered, Phil and his ship grew, so much that they were now almost the size of a universe. Floating inside the giant glass jar, Phil saw that his own universe, the one he had come from, was also contained in a jar behind him. He peered out of the ship, and through the jar's glass, saw he was inside a bedroom. Toys and books lay scattered across the floor. Phil's eyes widened in shock as he realized the astonishing truth. His entire universe was inside a jar, created by some alien kid as a science project. After passing through the black hole, he had escaped his universe and now saw the truth with his own eyes. Phil's mind reeled. The existence of his universe and his own life now felt strange and small. As Phil tried to process what he had just realized, a small alien boy just returning from school opened the door and froze at the sight. "Who are you?" the boy gasped. "I'm Phil Carter from Earth," Phil called, his voice echoing around the jar. The boy's eyes sparkled. He unlocked the jar with a simple flick of his fingers and gently lifted Phil onto a desk. From a shiny box, he pulled out a tiny laser tool. "I always wondered if you humans would ever figure out a way to escape the universe I created," he said with a smile. "You look so small. I know just how to fix that." A beam of light washed over Phil, and he began to grow as the boy made him the same size as himself. Phil stood on the desk, his heart pounding. "Welcome to my world," the boy said, grinning. "I'm Zorak." "Thank you," Phil replied. "It's amazing." Zorak showed Phil his universe. Glittering cities on floating islands, spaceports buzzing with alien ships, schools where young aliens learned star charts. Phil met creatures with 3 eyes, others with wings, and some made of glowing mist. He laughed as Zorak taught him to play a strange zero-gravity game in the backyard. After many weeks, Zorak said, "Now let me show you other colonies in my universe." They climbed into a tiny 2-seat ship on Zorak's roof. Phil fastened his seatbelt. Zorak pushed a button, and they shot off into space above the rooftops. Suddenly, warning sirens blared. "Space pirates!" Zorak shouted. Dark fighters swarmed around them, firing pulsing beams. Phil pressed a button to escape, but their ship spiraled toward a glowing vortex, a black hole. The ship shook, and then everything went white. When Phil and Zorak opened their eyes, they found themselves inside a glass jar. The jar sat on another child's desk, surrounded by models of planets and stars. A new alien boy in a school uniform walked in and stared in wonder. Phil smiled warily, realizing that Zorak's universe was also part of another alien child's grand experiment. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more thrilling tales. I also write novels in different genres like sci-fi, fantasy, and horror. If you'd like to check them out, click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more exciting stories.